Day 688 being Christopher Cruz. It's 9 p.m. Just got home. Today was a day. Started off and I was picking up one of the other interns so we could go get the truck to go pick up the food so we could do the food drive today. And I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock because I was messaging our campus pastor and all this stuff, and I just ended up staying up late, and so I was an hour and a half late to pick him up, but I didn't think it was a big deal because it was like, I mean, we don't need to get there that early. And that ended up pushing everything back because when he got there to get the food, they were on a 2-hour lunch break and so everything got delayed 2 hours. And then I get to church and I call Araceli and just have this like intense like conversation that's super emotional for me, where I realize I take responsibility for everyone's life and I can't do that, and then I put pressure on them and that doesn't work, and all that. And then I go in and I'm just already like, dang, that's a lot. And then we're getting ready to set up for a devotional where our pastor comes and gives us a message, and it's like this awesome teaching. And the guy who's picking up the truck, he's the one usually doing the audio, but he's not there. And he's like an hour and a half or 2 hours behind because of me. So I'm telling everyone like, hey, just so you know, like, it's on me. Like, he's late because I picked him up late. That was totally on me. He was ready. Like, it's on me. Which was like humbling to do that, but it was absolutely the right thing, and I was not going to let him like get in trouble for that or anything like that. And then the pastor comes and speaks, and last night I sent my campus pastor all these things I'm frustrated with about the internship. Like, they just changed our classes to Thursdays, and Thursdays is when I do all my coaching calls. So now from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, I have to sit on Zoom calls now because they're not even in person anymore. And then there's a break, and then I have to be on a call from 7 to 9 p.m. And so it's like now my Thursdays have gone from, you know, that being my day to do all my coaching calls, and then I can rest on Friday and Saturday and work on my business Friday and Saturday. Now Thursdays are sitting on Zoom calls all day, which just sounds miserable. So I was just so frustrated because I told them like, hey, I can't do Thursdays, and half the interns can't do Thursdays. So I just sent him this long message of like, I need help letting this go because I'm so frustrated and annoyed. And he's like, okay, we'll talk. And so then our pastor came and he spoke today, and he's talking about like judgment and how we want to judge things that, you know, we've never done before, and how we all have an opinion of how things should be done. This should be done, and it's pride, and you know, we challenge leadership and we do all this stuff. And I'm just like, he's just like speaking to my soul, and he's giving me all the answers. And then at the end, he's like, does anyone have any questions? I was like, yeah, I have a question. And I asked him like, what's the fine line between saying things because you think you could make things better and saying things because you're just judging it and you're just being critical? And he went on this whole like 15-minute answer, which was just incredible. I was taking so many notes. I'm gonna have to watch it again because he was just speaking to my soul. And he's like, you got to steward the things that God gave you. Like, if God did not give you that role and that leadership role, don't mess with it. Like, stay in your lane. Like, so many times we want to get out of our lane. We want to judge like, well, you could be doing this and you could be doing that and you could be doing this. And he's like, if God didn't give that to you, don't worry about it. Like, if God wanted you to be in charge of that, he'd put you in charge of it. And I was like, dang. And he's like, steward the things that God gave you. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, the internship needs to change here, and they need to do this and they need to do that. And I'm like putting so much energy into how it should be. Meanwhile, the church has given me so many opportunities to do what I want to do, like lead the new person team, you know, the new people who come to church, and create this, you know, this community for them to come in, to do all the branding for the whole church and expansion. Like, I've gotten so many opportunities to do that and I haven't done any of it. Like, I haven't done any of it. And I'm more worried about like changing this and doing that. And I just realized like, man, if God wanted me to change that and do that, he would give that to me. Like, I can lead from the bottom and I can do whatever, but I don't need to worry about putting so much energy into changing it. God's got me where he wants me. I need to steward the things that he gave me. And I was like, wow, that is so powerful, because I'm trying to change things that I'm not meant to change. And also made me think, like, I'm trying to do things that I'm not ready to do yet. Like, I've been trying to, you know, I've been talking a lot about launching League of Lions, And God doesn't want me to launch League of Lions yet. Otherwise, I would have. Like, I need to be obedient to God. Like, God has me where he wants me. Like, God wants me to be doing purpose coaching with my clients. God wants me to be talking to people about God right now. God does not want me to be leading a tribe of people yet. Like, I'm not at that point yet. I'm not sure exactly why, but God knows why, and I don't need to worry about that. So I don't need to force it. So it's like there's these things in my life that I've been trying to force, and it's just like I don't have to force things anymore. And I need to stay in my lane, and that was so amazing. And then I got to talk to my pastor afterwards because he was helping us do the food drive, and he was expanding on that and like why it's so important to like to learn to be obedient to God and the situation he put you in and the leadership that he put you in, even if it's not the leadership that you like or the leadership that you agree with. Like, God is teaching you something in that, and he's teaching you humility and all these things. And I was just like, it rocked my world. I was just like, wow. And it made me look at like last night, I was God gave me a message to give to one of the other interns of like, hey, God gave you the gift to lead, so you would lead people back to him, not away from him. And I told that to her, and then and she took it so well, which was amazing. And then God was like, okay, I had her check her heart last night. Now I need you to check your heart today. And it was like, where were you leading people away from me? And as soon as we sat down, I was like, guys, let's play a game. Never have I ever. And I started that. And it wasn't like Never Have I Ever Christian edition or church edition or PG-13 edition. My first thing was Never Have I Ever. And I chose Never Have I Ever Smoked Crack. And then it went all around, and it was so much fun. We laughed so hard. It was amazing. But it was like, I don't think God would have been proud of the game we played. Let me put it that way. And it was just like, wow, Chris, why don't you look at yourself in the mirror? Because you were, frustrated with her back there talking about the show and having, the people in the back watch the show that, is whatever. And then you have everyone play Never Would I Ever. And it was just like, wow, look at yourself. And so I got more humbled than I have maybe ever been in my life. Like, God just crushed my ego like multiple times. And it is such a relief. It is one of the best feelings. It is one of the most peaceful feelings to just have your ego destroyed. Not while you're in it. While you're in it, it freaking sucks. But after it, it's like this peace. It's like this resistance is gone. And it's like, wow. Humility is like one of the most peaceful things. And letting go of that control. And it was so perfect. My pastor's like, stay in your lane. Focus on, steward what God gave you. Don't worry about other people. You worry about you. Change you. Be the best you. And then God will give you what you deserve, and he'll let you steward over what he needs you to steward over. But you gotta focus on you. And that was so perfect, because the whole call with Araceli was me learning that I'm trying to focus on everyone else and make everyone else's life work. And it's like, I need to go back to me. What makes my life work? And it's like last night I was so focused on what everyone else should be doing that I ended up going to bed at 2:00 in the morning. And it was like God showed me, like, had you just focused on you and stop trying to change everyone else, you would have gone to bed earlier. You would have slept better. You would have woken up. You would have been there on time. And the whole day, everyone's day wouldn't have gotten pushed back. And it was just like, wow. Just a reality check. It was a gut check. It was like a spiritual spanking. It was just like, whoa. So yeah, I need to stop, and I need to sit, and I need to look at everything. What did God tell me to do? God told me to share my miracles with the world and give him the glory. I've been sharing knowledge and wisdom with the world, but I haven't been sharing the miracles that he's created in my life. So I need to create videos on that and do that. He told me to do that. And then he gave me things to steward. I was supposed to do the branding for the church, a whole brand plan for the church 2.5, 3 months ago. Never did it. I was supposed to create a whole new person, plan that I was two of those things I was crazy excited for. Never did either of them. Now, granted, I've been crazy busy with coaching clients and everything, but it's like, that's what God gave me. That's what God wants me to work on. God doesn't want me to work on the things that I'm trying to change in the church that are none of my business to change right now. And so it was like, wow, that humility is significant. So I'm just so grateful for that.